Upload. Get yourself on the BBC with Darren Milby on BBC Radio Cumbria.
So every Wednesday night I should say, between 6 and 7, it's BBC Upload. We play content that's been created by you. That website address one more time, if you'd like to get in touch with the stuff that you've made, is bbc.co.uk/upload. Now, Adam Hudson made this for us back in May. It's audio over the phone mind reading. Yeah. The participants are all people who were in lockdown at the time and volunteered through mutual friends. And it's a project to raise funds for the Children's Heart Unit at Freeman Hospital in Newcastle. And before we play it, we can find out how it all went, because Adam is on the line. Now, Adam, how you doing?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Great, thank you very much. Not bad at all. Yeah, so you sent us this back in May, this mind reading, which is fantastic. I mean, is this something you do as a hobby?
No, well, it's a lifestyle. I started off as a magician about 25 years ago now.
Oh, did you? Okay, wow.
But then in 2003, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
Right.
So I soon realised that I might have trouble with dexterity and, the sort of sleight of hand magic that you might associate with a magician.
Oh, of course.
So instead of waiting for that to happen, I started to put things in place so I could perform more mentally, more using things to do with the mind, and I do a lot of things with mathematical principles, which I enjoy because maths is like a universal language. And then from that, I spent the best part of a decade going into schools around the country, and I used to do a thing called Mathemagics, which was magic with maths and numbers, and that was for a company called Aim Higher, and that was to try and get children that wouldn't necessarily entertain the thought of going to university to try and get them to aim high and to sort of like go outside the box and give it a go. So it stemmed from that.
Wow, okay, so this must be quite a buzz then when you actually make people go, wow, how did you know that?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the whole upload thing, it was probably, I can relate to it. It must have been like an artist who's written a song and hearing a song on the radio, so hearing your work on the radio. But all the work I do is my own. I've written 3 books of on the subject, which has been, it's well received. It's even been, Darren Brown's looked into it and he said it was inspiring. So,
oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Are your friends a little bit freaked out when they sort of come around thinking, Adam, just stop trying to read my mind, please? Don't tell me what I'm thinking. I'm freaked out by it.
I don't know what my friends think of me. I like to think they've got good opinions of me. I don't know. But
does that mean you're really good at like sort of reading people and sort of body language and stuff? You can sort of pretty much work out what people are thinking.
Yeah, yes, a little bit. I think my gifting is that I obviously haven't got like a diagnosis of autism, but I can be very obsessant. And I would find it a night's entertainment to sit there with the radio on and just to work on a system and just to keep sort of... My wife sometimes comes home and there'll be like a pad of paper there with just numbers after numbers, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever seen the film The Knowing, when it's like sort of a girl... It's like a little girl who's writing numbers down which are pointing towards the apocalypse. It must look a bit like that. It must look awfully strange. Yeah, but it's what I do. It's more than a hobby. It's like, it's a lifestyle. It's a passion. I would say it's my trade. It's what I do.
Wow, fantastic. Adam, tell us about this project then that you did, raising money for the Children's Heart Unit at Freeman Hospital in Newcastle.
Well, my daughter is under the care of the Freeman. She's got a condition called hyperplastic left heart syndrome, which in lay terms, she's got half of a heart, a single ventricle circulation. So
how old is she?
She's 9.
Right.
So she's had 3 open heart surgeries there. She was born there in 2011, and she was born in the August in 2011, and we didn't get home until the May in 2012. So we literally lived there at hospital for the best part of a year. So the 26 challenge is what the mind reading was for. It's because obviously with the pandemic at the moment, charities are really struggling because Chuff, which is a Children's Heart Unit fund, they're massively reliant on people doing fundraising. But they have a team that runs the Great North Run or the London Marathon, but they're all not in operation. Like the Great North Run was cancelled, and the London Marathon only ran for the elite runners, so they're not getting any funding. So the 26, it was called Operation or Project 26, that relates to the 26 miles of a marathon. So they were asking people to think outside the box and to do something with the number 26. So I did 2.6 hours of mind reading, but I just phoned random friends of friends. Yeah, and then and then it was well received. We made our target, you know what I mean? So it was good. So they're just asking people to think outside the box and just to help how you can, because we really are struggling.
And obviously this was back in May. Can people still donate to this, or is that all over now?
I think the Just Giving page is closed now. You can still listen to the footage, which is on my website. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention what that is.
Yeah, absolutely. Mention your website, Adam. Go for it. Yeah.
My website is Magic Ads, so Magic Alpha Delta Zebra .co.uk. So magicads.co.uk. And there's quite a bit of footage that's on there. There's also a couple of interactive ones that I've actually worked on this week, so they can click on the interactive zone, and it's other videos that they can go on, and if they follow along with the video, they actually have an effect themselves, if you know what I mean.
Fantastic.
It sort of reads their mind, yeah.
Well, listen, Adam, we're going to play the mind reading right now. Obviously, people listening can play along at home. Have an amazing Christmas, and thank you so much for coming on the programme tonight. This is Adam Hudson with his mind reading.
So have you got a pen and paper there, Louise?
I have.
Okay, so first thing, can I ask you to think of any number that is, so a 3-digit number that is higher than 100, so it's more than 100, but less than 700. So any number in that range.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Have you just got one piece of paper?
No, I've got a few.
Oh, that's alright. On one of those pieces of paper, whatever number you've just thought of, can I ask you to write it on that piece of paper?
Yeah.
And then scrumple that up and put it in your pocket, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And now whatever number you've just written, can I also enter it onto the calculator of your mobile phone?
Yeah. Right.
Let me know when you've done that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, because it's 7 days in a week, what I'd like you to do is to divide that number by 7. And then press equals, and you've done that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it probably, is it brought up, is it a decimal answer?
Yes.
There's a decimal point in there, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the decimal point for me, and I'd like you to tell me what is the very first digit to the right of the decimal point.
Have to tell you.
Please do.
7.
7, that's okay. Now, not the number 7, that's just to make sure we've done things okay. Look, is there at least 3 numbers to the right of the 7?
Yes.
Can you write those 3 digits, so the 3 numbers that come after the 7, can you write those 3 numbers, write them on another piece of paper?
Right. Yeah.
Good, and then that piece of paper, can you scrumple it up and hold it in your right fist for me?
Yeah.
Good. And then with your right fist, just raise your right fist just to your forehead.
Yeah.
And just imagining you're sending those numbers to me, the ones that are on the piece of paper in your hand now. So I'm getting a sense straight away that all 3 digits are different. So it's 3 different numbers.
Yeah.
I'm also getting a sense that there's 2 even numbers and there's 1 odd number. I'm saying the number 1 a lot, so it'll probably begin with a 1. Is the number 142 that's on that piece of paper?
Oh my God! Yay!
Excellent.
God! Oh my God! Right.
Now, the number that you've still got on your screen,
Yeah.
can I ask you to press the divide button again for me?
Yeah.
and then enter the number 143.
Yeah.
Do you know what the number 143 means?
No.
It actually means I love you.
Oh.
Sorry, that's not. That's just me explaining. That's not like an admittance of secret feelings.
Oh, Daddy.
I'm sorry. It was originally used by lighthouse keepers. They because I has got one letter, love has got 4 letters, and you has got 3 letters.
Yes.
Okay, and they used to blink it to ships that were coming in with loved ones. Did you press it? Did you press equals after pressing 143?
No.
Can you press equals as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably brought up another decimal number.
Yeah.
Look at the decimal point again for me.
Yeah.
And then I want you to look at the first 3 numbers that come after the decimal point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting a sense of the number 999. What is that? The first 3 numbers after the? What is the first 3 numbers after the decimal point?
270.
Okay, but do you know why I'm getting the number 999? Because all the next numbers all make it up to 9. It goes 270, then it goes 729, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's because if you added 2 to 7, that would make 9. If you add 7 to 2, that's 9. And the 0 added to the 9, that's also a 9. Can you clear everything off your calculator again for me? Just clear it all.
Yeah.
But right at the start, you had a piece of paper that you put in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's also got a number on, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you remember? Don't say what they are, but can you remember what those numbers are?
Yes.
Okay, just focus on that for me. Again, I'm getting a sense of 3 numbers that are different. You haven't chosen any numbers that are the same.
No.
This time it's 2 odd numbers. Did you write the number 271 at the beginning?
Yes, I did.
Thanks, Louise. I really appreciate you doing that.
Adam, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for letting me.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it? Adam Hudson with his mind reading. Wonderful stuff. Right, next week, our very special